So recently, I created this animated clip and I posted it to my Instagram. Now, I got a few good comments and someone asked me if I could do a tutorial on it. So stay tuned if you want to see how I created this animated clip. So, the first thing that I bought was this Wacom into a small tablet. And the second piece of equipment that I used to make this animated clip is obviously the software, and it's called Clip Studio Paint. Now, I purchased the X version of this Clip Studio Paint software, and the reason why I did that is because although it's more expensive, it is still a very good software, and with the X version you can create as long of an animation that you want to do. So whatever length of animation you want to create, you can do that with this software. So now that we've got the software and the equipment out of the way, let's get into the actual tutorial. So how I done this video animation is that I shot the footage of this music video that I was going to do. It was just a test, but I ended up liking what I shot. So I got those clips and I imported it into Clip Studio Paint, which I will show you how to do now. So once you've installed Clip Studio Paint, what you want to do is open it up on a desktop, and then you will see that this bit is empty. What that means is that you haven't opened a file yet that you can work with. So you go to File, you go to New, and as you can see in this use of work part, you will see there's different things that you can create with Clip Studio Paint. First you'll see an illustration, then you'll see different things for a comic book, different options for a comic book, and then at the end you will see animation. Now if you have Clip Studio Paint X, you will see this. I'm not too sure what other Clip Studio Paint options there are that also do animation, so please do your research before you purchase this software. So if you go down here, you will see the presets. Now what this will do is it will tell the software what kind of resolution you want. So what I did was I went with 1920 by 1080p, and that will give you high definition. So after you've done that, you just click OK, and there you have it. Now what you do next is you import the footage. Well, this is how I animated this clip. I imported the footage by going to File, Import, and I went to Movie. Wait, let me just get it. There we go. File, Import, and then Movie, and then you click on it. What it will do is then bring up a browser for you to go into your folders on your Mac, or hopefully if you have a PC it will do it there as well, and then you just click whatever video clip you want to put in there, and then you import it. Now I will switch over to the actual project, so then you will see the next part because it's a little bit complicated. So you X that, and then what I will do is I'll click File, Recent, and then I shall go to this one, because this is the project file of that test, that animation clip I mean. Okay, so if you look here, you will see, if you go down to the timeline, which is right here, you will see that I have two timelines. Now, Clip Studio Paint is a little bit of a learning curve, so I will try to break it down as best as I can for the way that I did this animation. Now, what I did was I had to import this clip. So as you can see here, this is the timeline for the clip that I imported, and then if I scroll up, you will see that right here is an animation folder. I basically have one timeline but two different animation folders that I'm working with. So I've got the clip that I shot before, which is of me drinking, and then there's also the animation folder, which is where I draw over the clip. Let me explain now. So if I scroll over, you will see that right here in the timeline, you'll see this blue cursor right here. What that is just the start of your animation, and if you go and scroll across, you will see there's another one here, and that is the end of your animation. So you can set that to loop, which I have, which is by clicking this, and then you will see your animation and it will play and continue playing until you click stop. What's important about this is after you've created an animation folder, you have to go to the the right of the screen, and you will see all your layers here. Now, what I did was I created new layers, and what they're called on Clip Studio Paint is they're actually called animation cells. So just think of them as layers. And what you do is, well, if I scroll back across, as you can see, I have one here. So the red playhead, that cursor actually indicates where you are in your timeline. So at the beginning of the animation, which I set here, you will see that there's these numbers at the top, and what they are is they represent each frame within 1 second. There's a certain amount of frames within 1 second. So at the moment, this animated clip, as you know, is very short, so it's only 3 seconds. So right here, if you see the number at the top there, it says 7 and then 211. Now all this is within 1 second. So you can see that animation does take a long time to do, and that's why it took me a few days to actually get this done. So I'm going to play through this so you can see exactly what it looks like. So what I did was, I simply went to the clip part and the layers right here. And so I turned on the opacity to about 70%. And then what I did was I proceeded to make the cells and draw over the clip. So I drew over the clip with a pen tool, and then that way I could actually be more accurate with the drawing, because I'm not very good at drawing, and then that's how I came up with the video, and that's how I came up with the actual animation. So I've connected my Wacom into a small tablet to the MacBook via USB, and what it does is it connects automatically, so that's great. And it also has a feature where you can edit the settings and the different properties there. So back in Clip Studio Paint, what I will do is I would go to the animation folder, and if you see these squares down here, what I did was I clicked new animation cell, and it will pop up wherever the red cursor is. Then simply, right, so there you can see it's in the layer palette, and then what you do is you click on it, and then as you can see I will start drawing. Excuse my face, poor acting, but yeah, here we go. So I just simply start over here, just so you can get a better idea of what I'm doing. So here we go. So we're just tracing over the image. Now, this is just a demonstration. You could be a bit more precise with it than I am, but at the moment this is just kind of how I did it. So you just simply trace over it. And then I went to the next part. So it's like you're tracing over it. So I'll show you what I mean by now. And I'm zoomed in onto the image as well, onto the clip as well. I started to draw my hands, which is not very good, but this is just a quick demonstration anyway. So I'm drawing so poorly right now, but it's just for quickness, just so you can get the point. So say I'm happy with that, which I'm not. Let's say I'm happy with that. What I will do is I will turn off the clip layer, and as you can see it just reveals the drawing. Then I want to zoom out, so you just go to either this icon here which says Fit to Navigator, and you just click on it. Now if I wanted to draw in that poorly drawn hand, I will go to the fill tool, and this is where all your colors are. So you just select whichever color you want, and then I will go about here maybe. And let's say I wanted this color, you just go in, and then what you do is you just color it in. Done. And what I like about Clip Studio Paint is that you can export in different ways. So if you go to File, Export, you could do a single layer, and you could do many different formats here, even Photoshop formats, which is actually handy. Then you can do Export Multiple Pages. I'm guessing that's more for the comic book side of things. Or you can go to Export Animation. Now you can do an image sequence, an animated GIF, which is very handy if it's a short animation, if you want it to loop. And you can do a movie version as well. So that's the one if you want to put it onto Instagram or YouTube. I think that is the best one for you to do. And once you click on movie, you simply enter the title, and you go down here to file type, and you change whatever format you want it to be, and then you click save. So that is how I created that clip. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment down below anything else you want me to include, and any more tutorials you would like me to do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.